SuperTalk Mississippi media production. It's time to talk about dogs.
Bulldogs have won it.
Talkin Dawgs, that is, with Robbie Faulk, right here on SuperTalk 100.9.
Talkin Dawgs is on your radio here on SuperTalk 100.9 in the Golden Triangle and SuperTalk.fm and anywhere you get podcasts. This is Robbie Faulk, and I want to thank you guys for joining me once again here on this beautiful Wednesday morning in Starkville, Mississippi, and the surrounding area in the Golden Triangle, or wherever you're at. Thank you for joining me. What a beautiful week it's been for Mississippi State fans as the Bulldogs are coming off their first SEC win in nearly 3 seasons. Unbelievable. Since 2023, Mississippi State had lost 16 consecutive SEC games that all came to an end in spectacular fashion, and a big win for Jeff Lebby and Blake Shapen and company over there in Fayetteville. 38-35, the Bulldogs take down the Hogs of Arkansas. One of the teams had to lose. We talked about it all last week on Thunder and Lightning. We talked about it here on this show on Talkin Dawgs. One of those teams had to lose. Arkansas had not beaten an SEC team since coming to Starkville last year and beating Mississippi State. Conversely, Mississippi State had not beaten an SEC team since going to Fayetteville and beating Arkansas back in 2023. So these two teams have both kind of been a thorn in each other's side over the last few years, but they've also struggled to beat other teams in the SEC. Mississippi State is hoping this is what gets them over the hump with Jeff Lebby. It certainly felt that way in a lot of ways for Mississippi State. It certainly felt like a demon was being exercised for Jeff Lebby. We saw it in 3 other games in SEC play prior to this ball game against Arkansas. Finally, State figured out a way. We're going to talk a lot about that in the coming minutes of this show because there's a lot to dissect in how that game played out. There were a lot of questionable decisions from Jeff Lebby, and a lot of them worked out in his favor. Finally. There's been so many questionable decisions and so many plays with lack of execution for Mississippi State that's cost them ball games. It was great to finally see Mississippi State make the right calls and go execute at a high level and go win games and show what this program and what this team's capable of. Because I don't think there's any question that Mississippi State and Jeff Lebby are capable of huge things. They've shown it time and time again this season. This offense has shown the ability to have explosive plays that some of the best defenses in the country can't stop. They've shown the ability to go get stops against some really good offenses, to go get turnovers against some really good offenses. They've shown the ability to be right there in the ballgame with teams that are going to compete for national titles. They've done that, but they haven't been able to get over the hump and win ball games in this league. Jeff Lebby has an 0-8 record last season in SEC play. Probably going to have a losing record in SEC play this year, but I don't want to count him out just yet. He has 3 games to get to 500, but the record is not going to be good overall. But I think there's so much nuance in this conversation about Jeff Lebby and Mississippi State. You can see tangible evidence of this team and this program taking strides and getting better and better. And finally, they put it in the win column. That was important. That was seriously important for this program moving forward. Now, opportunity awaits for Mississippi State to finish this season strong and to build for a huge 2026. And we have some thoughts about that from Jeff Lebby, about how he's kept this team together these past 2 seasons, and so much more. We're going to talk to Jeff Lebby when we come back from the break. I'm going to break down a little more of what we saw in that ball game with Arkansas and also look ahead to what is coming for the Bulldogs. Tremendous opportunity these next 3 weeks with 3 top 20 teams on the schedule, 2 of those coming to Starkville, Mississippi, and those 2 teams are playoff teams, Georgia and Ole Miss. The opportunities for the Bulldogs are endless. They've been right there on the cusp. They finally figured out how to win. Will that translate to more wins? And will that translate to a bowl game for Mississippi State that could propel them into a big season in 2026? That's the question, and we're going to address some of those questions when we get back from the break. Stay tuned. Plenty to talk about when it comes to Mississippi State. Jeff Lebby, and local high school sports. We'll get into playoff action coming your way around the area. All that and more coming on Talkin Dawgs here with Robbie Faulk on SuperTalk 100.9. We will be right back.
At Bank Oklahoma, we treat our customers like neighbors, and usually they are. You're more than just an account number. At Bank Oklahoma, you have a name, a family, and hopes and dreams for your financial future. I'm Hunter Robertson at Bank Oklahoma in Bruce. We'd love to earn your business and help you reach your financial goals. Come see me or call 662-983-3700. Bank Oklahoma, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Looking for quality and convenience? Matheson Hardware and Building Supply has you covered. We deliver lumber, roofing, doors, windows, and more straight to your job site. And check out our full line of Milwaukee battery-powered tools, plus plumbing, electrical, and Valspar paints for every project. And now we're your local source for guns, ammo, and so much more. For over 100 years, Matheson Hardware has been built on a legacy of customer service you can trust. Go find them at 281 Scott Avenue in Matheson, Mississippi, or call them today at 662-263-4583.
Power up your convenience with the 4County mobile app. Managing your electric account has never been easier. With our free mobile app, you can view your bill, balance, and account details, report outages, track restoration progress, and make secure payments online. Stay informed by scheduling alerts and reminders for important account updates. Whether you're at home or on the go, the 4County app puts control in your hands. Download the app today and experience the power of convenience.
Hey, this is William Wells. When you drop your vehicle off with us, you can trust us with our ASC certified technician. We'll take care of everything you need. Brakes, struts, shocks, alignments, check engine light, tune-up, tire sensor, tires, everything. Stop by any of our 3 locations in Starkville, West Point, and Columbus, and let our team give you the championship service you deserve.
Hello, I'm Lee Burrell, proudly serving Oktibbeha County. The Citizens Bank has been serving our community for over 116 years, and I'm proud to be part of this vital community bank. With over 22 years of financial experience in commercial, mortgage, and consumer lending, I'm here to help with all your loan and deposit needs. Call me at 662-323-1420 or stop by my office located at 201 Highway 12 and say hello. I'm looking forward to meeting and talking with you soon. The Citizens Bank, www.thecitizensphila.com, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
You're listening to Talkin Dawgs on SuperTalk 100.9.
Talkin Dawgs with Robbie Faulk is back on the air here on SuperTalk 100.9 in the Golden Triangle and supertalk.fm. Happy to be with you on this beautiful Wednesday morning in the Golden Triangle. It's been a beautiful week. The temperatures are starting to come back up. It's been cold. Last week it was real dreary. A lot of rain, a lot of clouds. It was chilly. You needed something to break out the clouds and to make this a happier place again. Maybe Jeff Lebby and Mississippi State did that. I don't know. We'll see if that continues. I want you guys to go check out somebody else that's going to bring happiness to your life. Jess Brantley at the Alpha Insurance Agency over there in West Point. He and his crew are fantastic with their customers, and they're there to help you with homeowners insurance, life insurance, car insurance, whatever you need to insure, they're right there for you on a daily basis, and they're there for you during your time of need over in West Point. But, Jess will come wherever you're at, within reason, of course. If you're in California, it might be a little tough. But Jess is somebody that's taking care of the community every single day. He and his team do a great job over there. Go check them out today. You can go find him at 36 South 4th Street in West Point. You can call him 662-494-4142. Jess has been a loyal supporter of Talkin Dawgs and of all the area teams here as far as high schools are concerned, local sports. Jess has been great with that, but he's an even better insurance agent. You got to go check out Jess today and Alpha Insurance. Start saving. All right, so huge win for Mississippi State, 38-35. It was a very interesting game. For the most part, throughout the game, like every Mississippi State football game seems to be, there were a lot of frustrating moments. And I don't think there's a single person that's a fan of Mississippi State that didn't experience some of those frustrations at one point in time. If you say you didn't, you're lying. I'm sorry. But there were some frustrating moments in this game. State did not do a good job offensively in the first half. They scored on their opening possession, and then they failed to score again until the third quarter, and defense wasn't great. Arkansas put up 13 points. They got a couple of stops and forced field goals, but Arkansas was able to get the 13-7 lead at the half. State had 0 rushing yards in the first half. They couldn't find any room running. Then in the third quarter, it just kind of all broke out. Blake Shapen went down with an injury. The booth called down that he needed to go into concussion protocol after hitting his head on the ground. I think for the most part, Mississippi State found out there was nothing wrong with him. He could go, but Kamario Taylor came in and really muddied the waters from that decision-making standpoint. Taylor drove the team down the field, scored a touchdown on that first drive, and on a beautiful 45-yard touchdown pass to Anthony Evans, showed off the arm right there. And then he had a turnover on downs the next possession, scored another touchdown in the third possession. He ran in a score on a beautiful run. And all of a sudden, you're thinking, I'm going to be honest with you. I was in group chats. I was over at Brian Haydad's house. We were watching this game. I was telling people, you can't turn back at this point, at least not in this game. You got too much momentum with Kamario Taylor. The players are rallying around him. You cannot take him out of the game. It would be insane to take him out of the ball game. But like all of us, we're wrong a lot. And you know what? I never, contrary to popular belief with some people online, I never have a problem coming back and saying, I was wrong about that if I was proven wrong. Jeff Lebby proved me wrong. He proved everybody wrong with the decision to bring Blake Shapen back in. I've heard arguments that, Kamario Taylor would have won the ball game just like Shapen did. I don't know if he was ready to do that, especially from a passing perspective. Had Arkansas been able to shore up the read option, could Kamario Taylor make the passes? And I'm not saying he doesn't have the arm talent, but he was struggling on some short passes. He missed some passes here and there. He's not quite ready to be in that spot. I thought he performed extremely well in those 3 possessions. I have questions as to if he would have been able to do what Blake Shapen did from a leadership standpoint right now. I think he's perfectly capable. But Blake Shapen was the right guy for that spot, and he proved it. He comes in the ball game. It couldn't have played out any more perfect for the people that were against the call to bring him in. First play, pass goes off the fingertips of, I believe, Anthony Evans and intercepted. Blake Shapen comes off the field. Everybody's screaming at their television. If they're at the game, they're screaming from the stands. He comes back. He finishes 8 of 14 in the ball game for 130 yards and a touchdown. 16 of 28 in the game, 242, 2 touchdowns. He had 2 fourth-down conversions on the final drive. One of them was an incredible play from Brennan Thompson for 32 yards on 4th down and 7. Then a 4th and 4 pass that he threw over to the sidelines, and he explained it so well at the press conference on Monday that he knew that play call, he said it was a perfect play call. He knew if he could get one-on-one coverage with Anthony Evans over there, it was going to be very difficult for that defender to tackle Evans in space. And it was very difficult. He couldn't tackle him. Gets past the sticks, breaks the tackle, gets in the end zone. Mississippi State has a 38-35 lead, and the defense took care of it from there. Just an unbelievable win for Mississippi State to do it the way that they did it. And with that, we're going to hear from Jeff Lebby. Let's hear a few of his thoughts from this game, starting with a question that I asked about how he's kept this culture together for Mississippi State to go get a win after some tough losses.
Coach, obviously you can see it with how they play, and you could also see it post-game with how the players reacted with you. I mean, you've been able to keep this team together and playing hard every game despite the issues that y'all have had on the scoreboard. What has been the secret to that, keeping the locker room together and keeping the culture strong like you have?
I think it is. It's just the consistency in how we go about doing what we do every single day. Again, not letting a result dictate how we interact, how we coach, what the expectation is. understanding that we have the ability to control how we prepare and how we play. And so for us, the consistency inside our walls, I stress and strain that with our entire staff, everybody that's inside this building every day. Young people need to know what they're getting before they walk in the double doors. I think that's one of the most important things about leadership. We're fighting like heck to do that every day as we got ready for another great Monday for us, after finding a way to go win.
We talk about, the fun's in the winning, as you said on Saturday, and you get that dub, there's probably a really good chance you're going to have a good turnout this Saturday. I mean, with Georgia coming to town and the atmosphere you guys have been able to create, how important is it for you to have a huge home field advantage?
Man, we need it in a huge way. I mean, we need 60,000 shaking cowbells and having as rowdy of an atmosphere as there is in the country. Ironically enough, I'm headed to the house late last night, make a quick phone call, and realize we've got we've got more tickets out than maybe we would all like. So we're doing something. I've went ahead and got 500 tickets. We've got a couple of players on this football team that are doing the exact same thing for youth organizations that are inside our community to be able to get the youth groups out. And for us, it is us making sure we're protecting Davis Wade. We're trying to fill it with maroon and white. And, man, we need it. We need 60,000 strong. We got a top 5 football team coming into our place. It needs to be as electric an atmosphere as there is in college football. We have the ability to do that, man. We know that, but we need that.
You're facing a Georgia team that has kind of similarly been in a lot of close game situations or late game situations where they've had to pull one out. I guess for you and your group evaluating your performance on Saturday, how big is it for them to, see the shot go in and finally get one out at Arkansas?
Yeah, it was huge. I think just us having the ability to point to how we played in the fourth quarter defensively, getting 2 3-and-outs, having the fourth down stop, offensively being able to finish drives. We had the one field goal that was very frustrating in the moment because we're down there, we're 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line after a big play, and then have the negative play. We end up in a really bad situation, which again was really frustrating in the moment. But our guys seeing how it looks when we go close it out and leave no doubt. There's so many other situations inside the game, the plays inside the game, to where maybe you're not in that situation at the end of the game, and that's something we're constantly stressing as well. But to be able to point to the tape and say, man, these plays are what gives us the ability to have a happy locker room is huge.
Coach, after he played for the first time in a few weeks, how did you think Fluff looked out there Saturday?
Fluff did some good things, really frustrated in how we ran the football against a defense that, again, had given up a lot in the run game. That was, without a doubt, to me, the most disappointing thing coming out of the game. Again, just great frustration in that. The negative runs, the 0 to negative runs for us were, man, it was troubling. We made some huge plays. We had a ton of explosive plays. I think we ended up with 22, maybe 10-plus plays, which is a huge deal. But we're so big, little, it just creates great inconsistency. And Georgia's been really good against the run. We've got to run the football so that we can have balance and take some pressure off of the QB and receivers.
All right, so that was Jeff Lebby with some great thoughts on that game. I cut it down a little bit just so you guys could hear just a few snippets from him. I think some really cool thoughts there from Lebby on buying those tickets up and getting Mississippi State fans in the stands, because he feels like this team is so close. They're so close to accomplishing huge things. And we'll talk about that when we come back from the break. A lot more to speak on with Jeff Lebby and his program, as he's not done yet this season. There's still some things that this team can accomplish. We're going to talk about it when we come back. This is Talkin Dawgs with Robbie Faulk on SuperTalk 100.9.
When you're a Yellow Jacket, school spirit isn't just for game day, it's every day. That's why the Citizens Bank created the School Stash debit card for Starkville schools. With every transaction, select credit instead of debit, and we'll donate 5 cents to the district. It's an easy way to show your pride and support local schools with every purchase. Stop by 201 Highway 12 and get your School Stash debit card today. The Citizens Bank, in your corner every day. Member FDIC.
Now's the time to get a great deal on proven Kubota farming equipment. Tractors that can do it all and do it right. hay tools that are backed by a 2-year warranty, and durable Sidekick utility vehicles and SSV skid steers. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment for 5.49% APR for up to 84 months plus instant cash discount and 2 years extended limited warranty. Now through December 31st. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Visit H&R AgriPower, your local Kubota dealer at 841 South Frontage Road in Columbus. H&R AgriPower has the power to get you more.
Fork County Electric Power Association has spent more than 85 years working to improve the quality of life of all we touch. And that's why we created the Fork County Foundation. Thanks to the generosity of Fork County member owners, the foundation has awarded more than $2.5 million to organizations that support the communities we serve. If you have a 501c3 organization that helps improve the lives of Fork County members, visit forkcounty.org and see if the Fork County Foundation can help you.
Looking for quality and convenience? Matheson Hardware and Building Supply has you covered. We deliver lumber, roofing, doors, windows, and more straight to your job site. And check out our full line of Milwaukee battery-powered tools, plus plumbing, electrical, and Valspar paints for every project. And now we're your local source for guns, ammo, and so much more. For over 100 years, Matheson Hardware has been built on a legacy of customer service you can trust. Go find them at 281 Scott Avenue in Matheson, Mississippi, or call them today at 662-263-4583.
Find a friend in the banking business at Bank Oklahoma and take that friend with you using Bank Oklahoma mobile banking. Manage your accounts, make deposits, payments, and transfers anywhere and anytime. Bank Oklahoma offers small town feel with big city convenience and the personalized attention you deserve. I'm Joy Faulkner at Bank Oklahoma. Better together, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Talkin Dawgs on SuperTalk 100.9.
Welcome back to Talkin Dawgs with Robbie Faulk here on SuperTalk 100.9, the Golden Triangle, and also supertalk.fm. I want to also remind you, if you haven't already, download the Talkin Dawgs podcast on your podcast app, Spotify, wherever you get podcasts, you can find that. Just type in Talkin Dawgs. If that doesn't pop up, type in Talkin Dawgs with Robbie Faulk. You should be able to see it. You can see that nice and pretty logo, SuperTalk logo that you have there. Download that, and it'll go straight to your phone. If you miss this on Wednesdays, you don't have to listen to it live. We can deliver it straight to your phone every single week. It usually drops a little after this show airs. My guy Sebastian's going to get this on the podcast app and on your phones almost immediately after the episode. So you'll be able to hear it. If you missed it in the morning, you'll be able to hear it usually about 10:30 or 11 a.m. every single Wednesday. And you can listen to it whenever you want to. We have archived shows that you can go back and listen to our old shows as well. Just go download that today. I'd really appreciate it. I'd also appreciate if you guys made your way over to Mathiston, Mississippi, and go see some people that I absolutely love over there at Mathiston Hardware and Building Supply in beautiful downtown Mathiston, Mississippi, right across from the post office there. These people are so good for the community in Mathiston. They do so many great things there. They promote local businesses. You walk in there, you're going to see some really cool things from local businesses or people in the community that are creating crafts and food items, things like that. You can go in that building and find that stuff, but they have some great stuff as well, whether it be, a new rifle or shotgun as you're getting ready for deer season. If you're looking for things for just your regular home projects that your wife puts down on a list, you can find that there as well. You can find things for any kind of project that you have, whether it be, just small items at your house or you're trying to build a house. You can build an entire house, just about, with what you get over there at Mathiston Hardware, and they'll deliver to your job site as well. So go check out Brad and Ted and all the good folks over there at Mathiston Hardware today, 281 Scott Avenue in Mathiston. You can also call them at 662-263-4583. Go see them Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., or on Saturdays from 7 to noon. That's Mathiston Hardware and Building Supply, proud supporters of Talkin Dawgs with Robbie Faulk. So we talked about it before we left for the break. Mississippi State, just a fantastic win. I don't care if Arkansas was 2-6. I don't care if they have an interim head coach. That's one of the best offenses in the country, and Mississippi State got the stops when they needed to get them. And this is a team in Mississippi State that has found ways to lose games. And they finally found a way to win it. They were down 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter, and Blake Shapen in the offense never blinked. He threw an interception. They came back on 3 straight possessions and scored 17 points in 3 possessions in the fourth quarter. They did what they had to do to win the game. And if anybody's criticizing anything from the game, you're missing the forest for the trees. State just had to win. It's that simple. They just had to go win a ball game. And they finally did it. And if you're a Mississippi State fan, that's got to be something that makes you extremely excited about the future because, like I said earlier, I truly believe that this program has all the makings of being a contender. I think that you're starting to get support from the fan base, so you got money coming in. This staff is really good at evaluating offensive players. I think that's been evident with the Brennan Thompson and Anthony Evans pickups. I think Aiden Williams has a chance to come along. You need him to start coming to the surface a little bit. That would be 3 excellent transfer pickups there at wide receiver. After you lost 2 extremely talented, extremely productive wide receivers in Kevin Coleman and Mario Craver, you've replaced it with 2 more productive receivers. Brennan Thompson and Anthony Evans both have a chance to get to 1,000 yards receiving. That's been done, folks, 3 times in Mississippi State history. They've had 3 1,000-yard receivers ever. They could potentially have 2 in one season. Anthony Evans, 111 yards receiving in this game, 107 for Brennan Thompson. This hasn't been a situation like we've seen with Jeff Lebby in the past where you just have a clear number 1 guy. That's one thing we talked about in the preseason. It feels like State's going to have one guy that gets the bulk of the catches. That really hasn't been the case. State's had 2 guys that have been in major threats. Anthony Evans in the slot position, Brennan Thompson outside. Thompson has been the guy that's been more of the big play receiver. But Anthony Evans is certainly capable of it. He had a 45-yard catch. He's had several explosive plays this year. They're both capable of doing that. Anthony Evans is more of the catch-and-run guy, while Brennan Thompson's kind of the big play, throw-down-the-field guy. Tell him to go. Both those guys have been incredible, and that's what you're seeing, the evaluation. Jeff Lebby said it the other day, I don't think you're going to have to worry about the wide receiver position as long as I'm here. And I don't think that's a cocky thing. I just think he and Chad Bumpus, they know what they want in this offense. I asked him about that. I don't think we had that on the interview that we posted last segment, but if you go watch the video, I asked him about what he's looking for in his receivers. Speed. That's the number 1 thing. Those 2 got it, Brennan Thompson and Anthony Evans. And they have done a tremendous job with Blake Shapen this season. There's been chances for even bigger plays. And that's kind of my point, why I see the ceiling of this team being so high. And, it's kind of I'm not going to say it's passed them by this year because there's still some big things they can do this season. I certainly think it would be tough for this team to get in the playoff, but who knows if they were 8-4 with wins over Georgia, Arizona State, Ole Miss, and Missouri. Who knows? I think that would be, you would have to have a lot of help for that, but I'm not predicting them in the playoffs. But I think the ceiling for this program is much higher than people think. And you hear from Kirby Smart this week. He's very concerned about this game. And I think it's a serious concern. I'm probably going to predict Georgia to win this game just because, it's top 5 team. And until I see State do it, I just don't know. I don't know if they can go toe-to-toe with Georgia. I think, though, they can be in the game. I think it could be a very good ball game, and State could be in the mix in the fourth quarter. But for now, I just don't think I could pick it. But Kirby Smart, who is a national championship coach, who, barring something falling apart here at the end, is going to be in the playoff again, is very concerned about this game. And he's concerned because just last season, a Mississippi State team that is significantly less talented than this one, that was not ready for showtime, they were in that ball game and had a chance to beat Georgia last year at Georgia in the fourth quarter. This team is better defensively. This team is better offensively. So he's concerned, and they finally found a way to win. What does this program do when they continue to have the resources? They get better players. Jeff Lebby starts to figure it out. He's got the quarterbacks at the helm. He's got the receivers. They can run the football. What does that program look like at that point? There's a lot that can happen with Mississippi State under Jeff Lebby. I know a lot of people were ready to fire him on Saturday, and I think he had done some things at that point that had justified that thought process for a lot of people. And not winning SEC games will get you fired. But I love this offense. The culture of this program under Jeff Lebby is one of the best I've ever seen. The players love each other. They play for each other. There's a lot to like about Jeff Lebby at Mississippi State, and it needs to work out. It really needs to work out. You do not need to go into a coaching carousel, which they won't this year, unless Jeff Lebby decides to leave, which I don't anticipate. State's not going to fire Jeff Lebby this year, and they don't need to with the coaching carousel being what it is this year, with LSU open, Florida, Auburn, Penn State, South Carolina could come open, Kentucky could come open, and then other jobs where those coaches are leaving, those jobs are going to come open. It's going to be an absolute dumpster fire. And I just don't think Mississippi State needs to be in that. I think Mississippi State needs stability. I know Mississippi State needs stability. They need Jeff Lebby to work. He's a Mississippi State guy. He's got the mentality. He's got an offense that works. He's got an offense that's got explosive capabilities that brings out the best in quarterbacks and running backs and wide receivers, tight ends. Jeff Lebby can win here. Jeff Lebby can win big at Mississippi State. Now is the time for people to invest in that. Now is the time for Mississippi State, for Jeff Lebby, to invest in this program. To go out, hit while the iron's hot. There's going to be a lot of players looking around after these coaching changes, whether it be high school or college. Strike it. Build a team for 2026 that's going to be able to compete. I believe Mississippi State can do that. We'll see if they do it. But these next few weeks are critical. I think a win in these last 3 games, one win, that gets them bowl eligible, does wonders for this team. The perception of this program going from 2 wins to 6 would be tremendous. The recruiting advantages you have after that would be tremendous. A lot of opportunity ahead for Jeff Lebby. A lot of opportunity ahead for local high schools, and we'll talk about that when we come back. Playoff football on the way. More of that coming your way on Talkin Dawgs with Robbie Faulk on SuperTalk, Mississippi.
Bank Oklahoma is committed to the communities we serve. We offer the small town feel with big city convenience and give you the personalized attention you deserve. Come see me, Gene Childs, Community Bank President in Houston and Manatee. We have locations in Aberdeen, Bruce, Houston, Manatee, Oklahoma, and Tupelo. Bank Oklahoma, where we are better together. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Landowners, are you ready to turn your timber into real value? At Good Hope Land and Timber, we specialize in helping landowners like you make smart, sustainable decisions. Whether you're planting a final harvest, thinning a stand, development thinning, or managing your forest long-term, our experienced team is here to guide you every step of the way. We're trained in the Sustainable Forestry Initiative and follow best management practices to protect your land and maximize your return. Call me, Jake Moody, at 601-416-6266. Good Hope Land and Timber, locally trusted, landowner approved.
Hey, this is William Wells. When you drop your vehicle off with us, you can trust us with our ASC certified technician. We'll take care of everything you need. Brakes, struts, shocks, alignments, check engine light, tune-up, tire sensor, tires, everything. Stop by any of our 3 locations in Starkville, West Point, and Columbus, and let our team give you the championship service you deserve.
When getting the job done right is job one, you need equipment that's built to deliver. That's why H&R AgriPower in Columbus, Mississippi is proud to announce we now carry Kubota hay tools and the powerful M7 series tractors. From cutting and baling to hauling and harvesting, Kubota's hay and forage lineup delivers unmatched performance and reliability in the field. Come see us today at H&R AgriPower, your new Kubota hay tools and M7 series tractor dealer, right here in Columbus at 841 South Frontage Road. H&R AgriPower has the power to get you more.
Hello, I'm Lee Burrell, proudly serving Oktibbeha County. The Citizens Bank has been serving our community for over 116 years, and I'm proud to be part of this vital community bank. With over 22 years of financial experience in commercial, mortgage, and consumer lending, I'm here to help with all your loan and deposit needs. Call me at 662-323-1420 or stop by my office located at 201 Highway 12 and say hello. I'm looking forward to meeting and talking with you soon. The Citizens Bank, www.thecitizensvilla.com, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Talkin Dawgs with Robbie Faulk on SuperTalk 100.9.
Welcome back to Talkin Dawgs with Robbie Faulk here on SuperTalk 100.9, the Golden Triangle, supertalk.fm. Thank you guys for joining once again on this Wednesday. How about this? Some really exciting news in Starkville. Brand new bank, community bank, beautiful facility over there on 403 Russell Street. You've seen it if you've been over that way, right off of downtown. This place just opened recently, and I want you guys to mark your calendar for this Thursday, November 6th. On Thursday, they'll be hosting their grand opening celebration from 4 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. You can come in and have food, drinks, connect with the community bank team, enter for a chance to win a $2,500 cash giveaway, along with some other great prizes. It's a great opportunity to connect with a bank known for its commitment to local service and community values, and you don't want to miss it. Community Bank, a bank like no other, member FDIC. So go check them out. I'm telling you, that facility is absolutely beautiful, right up there on the corner of Russell Street, 403 Russell Street, over there in what's that area called? Midtown, something like that. I forget, but right off of Main Street, you can go find it. Go see them Thursday, November 6th. That's this Thursday, 4 p.m., 6:30 p.m. All right, guys. So last week, very interesting week of high school football. I had the opportunity to head over to Starkville. I'm doing some live stream for them this year. If you guys haven't been able to check any of that out, I'll be on there Thursday night for the matchup with Oxford. Final regular season game for Starkville. Tune in. You can go to shsjackets.com and watch that at 7 p.m. on Thursday, just a shameless plug. But I had a chance to go over to that game and watch Starkville Madison Central call that game. What a ball game. I know that John Carr would love to have a lot of those moments back in that game. But these two teams went at it. I got to give a ton of credit to Madison Central for finding a way. Their backs were against the wall. They had lost two heartbreaking games to the top two teams in the division, Oxford and Germantown. They lost those games by a combined 7 points. And they come back and have to turn around after a couple of weeks and take on Starkville on the road. And Starkville was in position to win this game, and they just couldn't close it out. Madison Central gets an interception in the last minute or so, drives down the field and kicks a huge field goal to win this game 38-35. This game was essentially for third and fourth place in the division in Region 2. Neither one of these teams wanted to play Tupelo round one, but that's what's staring Starkville in the face here. I believe Clinton could still take that number 4 spot from Starkville, but they're going to have to win that game and win it by a certain amount of points, I think. Starkville right now is in the driver's seat to be in the 4 seed, which is disappointing, but it happens like this sometimes in this division. It's a gauntlet of a division. Starkville won a state championship 3 years ago, finishing 4th in the division. They went to Tupelo and won that ball game in the North State Championship and eventually went to the state title and won. That's what they're going to have to do again. But this time they're going to have to play Tupelo, if all things go as planned, in the first round. Not what you want to do, but it's also, if you're Tupelo, you're looking at it and you're saying, my gosh, the first round of the playoffs, we're playing Starkville? That's how these divisions play out now. And Tupelo moves out of Region 2, and their division is, quite frankly, is just not the same. And I think it's going to play out a lot like that in the first round. You'll probably see most of Region 2 advance, maybe with the exception of Tupelo if they beat Starkville. But that's the challenge now that's ahead. Tupelo's going to have to pretty much, if it plays out like I expect it, they're going to have to beat Region 2 opponents all the way through before they get to the state championship. By the time you get to the state championship, it's going to be tough to find a team that's better than some of these Region 2 teams. But for Starkville, they have got to find some consistency. It's just been so up and down this year, and now you got to go to an Oxford team that's clinched the division, really a surprise in the state. I thought that they're always good under Chris Cutcliffe, but 8-1 this season. They win the division. They have a chance to go undefeated in the division, in a very difficult division. And they've been a team that right now they look like a state championship contender. I believe their only loss was to Tupelo. They have a chance to see them again. This is going to be a fascinating 7A playoff beginning next week. It's the final week of the regular season for 7A, and I believe 6A and 5A, I believe, will all be playing their last regular season games. Obviously West Point has locked up the division. What an impressive team this is. Well, I knew it was going to be tough for anybody to stay with them in the division after what we saw. You look at that non-conference schedule. They beat Louisville. They beat Starkville, 48-15, by the way. They beat Noxubee. They beat Tupelo. All four of those teams have a chance to compete for state championships. Louisville certainly going to do it in 4A. Starkville, we'll see. It's going to be a little tougher for them. Noxubee, going to compete in 3A, you would think. They've been to 3 straight state championships, I believe. And then Tupelo, who's a favorite to win. West Point beat all those teams. This is one of those West Point teams. And what they've done in in conference play over in Region 1 is just nuts. 50-13 against Pontotoc, 41-6 against Lafayette, 51-7 to Caledonia, 38-7 against a really good New Hope team. Now you play Columbus this week, and no offense to Columbus, but they're 1-8. We have a good shot of seeing West Point run the clock against just about everybody that they've had on the schedule and not in conference play. And finding a 5A team to beat that team is becoming a challenge. This looks like a West Point team that might cruise. They've outscored opponents 334-96. The defense has been really impressive. The offense too, but the defense is giving up just over 10 points a game. That's impressive. It's a really good team. Starkville Academy is starting the playoffs this week. They'll be at home against Capaya Academy. And really good matchup. These two teams played last year in the playoffs, and Starkville Academy lost that ball game. SA, they lost 42-20 to Hartfield and 34-14 last 2 weeks to Heritage. This is a chance for them to advance. They're in that strange MAIS setup this year where you have basically 2 divisions for your state championships. 2 different state championships in every class. And, they've got a chance to compete for that one in that classification. But they'll need to get past a really good Capaya team. This Capaya team this season has only lost 2 games. Their 2 losses coming against Heritage by 1 point and then Jackson Prep. This is going to be a difficult game for Starkville Academy, but we'll see how it plays out. Choctaw County was off last week. And if you didn't know, by the way, this is our Starkville Daily News Whip Around. The reason why I include these teams is I work for Starkville Daily, and I talk about other schools around the state, but I try to limit a lot of this conversation to our schools, just for the interest of those around the area. But I'm not opposed to talking about other schools around the state, and I'm sure we'll get into a lot of those as the playoffs go on. But Choctaw County actually finishes 3rd in their division because they've got 3 of the top 5 teams in the state in this division. Winona, Noxubee, Choctaw County, all in the same division. And Winona and Noxubee knocked off Choctaw County by a combined 4 points in 2 consecutive weeks. This is going to be a Game 1 matchup with Edwards in Ruleville, Mississippi. Choctaw is going to have to go on the road. Edwards team is 5-4, same record as Choctaw County, but they haven't exactly played the same schedule. Their losses are to Greenwood, West Tallahatchie, Greenville, and Humphreys County. Choctaw County's losses are to Winona, Noxubee, Kosciuszko, and Hernando, a 7A team. And in 3 of their 4 losses, they've lost by less than 4 points. So this is a Choctaw County team. The record doesn't really indicate. This is still a team very much capable of contending. And we'll see how it plays out for them. Very interesting matchups coming that way. Choctaw County is going to be on the road the whole time. East Webster's playing at home. I'll be at that game on Friday night. I've seen East Webster twice. I talked to Ron Price, the coach at East Webster, on Tuesday, and he told me flat out, this is the best defense I've had here. Jason Smith, as defensive coordinator, agreed. In 10 games, they're giving up less than 10 points a game, single digits a game. They've had 3 straight shutouts, the last one coming against arch rival Eupora, 26-0 shutout in the Maroon Bowl. They're hosting Leland. For the first time since I've been covering East Webster, I believe this team could win a state championship. I think they've been, there's been some years where I've said, if they have a good day, they could win. They could beat Calhoun City. But there's no Bassfields in here. There's no Calhoun City when they're at their prime. This is a team, offensively and defensively, they're capable. So it wouldn't shock me. A lot more conversation coming your way next week as the playoffs kick off this week. We'll get into that, and we'll start really diving into all that coming your way next week. So make sure you're staying tuned to Talkin Dawgs here for all your high school sports needs. All right, guys, we're going to take another commercial break. When we come back, we'll close this thing down, talk more Mississippi State football. This is Talkin Dawgs with Robbie Faulk on SuperTalk 100.9.
Looking to complete those tough jobs and don't have the right equipment? Let H&R AgriPower in Columbus help you out. We now offer Kubota's mini excavators, track loaders, and L-Series tractors available for rent. You can also rent attachments like our cutter heads, grapples, post hole diggers, and more. Give H&R AgriPower a call for daily, weekly, and monthly rental rates. Stop by your hometown dealer today. Visit us at our new location, located at 841 South Frontage Road in Columbus.
Power up your convenience with the 4-County mobile app. Managing your electric account has never been easier. With our free mobile app, you can view your bill, balance, and account details, report outages, track restoration progress, and make secure payments online. Stay informed by scheduling alerts and reminders for important account updates. Whether you're at home or on the go, the 4-County app puts control in your hands. Download the app today and experience the power of convenience.
Hey, this is William Wells. When you drop your vehicle off with us, you can trust us with our ASC certified technician. We'll take care of everything you need. Brakes, struts, shocks, alignments, check engine light, tune-up, tire sensor, tires, everything. Stop by any of our 3 locations in Starkville, West Point, and Columbus, and let our team give you the championship service you deserve.
Looking to get the most out of your land? Trust the experts at Good Hope Land and Timber, your full-service land and timber company with years of experience in forestry and land management. From land and timber purchasing, timber management, plantation thinning, and development harvesting, our team handles it all, safely, efficiently, and sustainably. Our experienced logging force is trained to the highest standards under the Sustainable Forestry Initiative and best management practices. Call me, Jake Moody, at 601-416-6266. Good Hope Land and Timber. Locally trusted, landowner approved.
Talkin Dawgs with Robbie Faulk on SuperTalk 100.9.
Welcome back to Talkin Dawgs with Robbie Faulk here on SuperTalk 100.9. I appreciate you guys for joining me again today. We've had a great show talking Mississippi State sports and high school football in the area. I've really enjoyed it. I thought that it was a spirited show today. Mississippi State finally got back in the win column. 4 straight losses. They had a triumphant win against Arkansas. If you're a State fan, don't let anybody tell you you shouldn't enjoy that game and that outcome. You should. You deserved it. You deserved to enjoy that moment. The players and the coaching staff deserved to have that moment. It was awesome to see their reactions in the locker room post-game, to just see them enjoy winning again like they did against Arizona State. That win over Arkansas really felt like something that can bring energy to this program that they desperately needed. Now, will they continue to have that energy this week? I don't know. We will see. They got Georgia coming to town. It's a Georgia team that has every ability to compete for and win a national title. Kirby Smart knows how to win games as well as any coach in America. They have not been their dominant self, but they're just winners. They play the game the right way. They find plays within the ball game that makes a difference, and they go win. That's why that program has become what it has become under Kirby Smart. It's going to be difficult for Mississippi State to win that game. There's no doubt about it. But you got to put the ball down. Got to put the ball down and play. It's going to be a really exciting day on campus. Barstool is coming to campus. Brandon Walker, Dave Portnoy, Big Cat, they'll all be in the amphitheater on Saturday. You guys can go over there and check that out. Should have a great crowd at that. SEC Nation's going to be in the Junction. Starkville should have no excuse not to be hopping. 11 a.m. game, but everybody should be pumped up for this ball game. If you're a Mississippi State fan, this is the time to get on board. This is the time to do everything within your power to try to make this team successful. There's never been a time in college sports where the fans have factored more into the team's success. I truly believe that. From the stadium aspect of things, because of the elevated atmosphere that you're seeing now with LED lights and sound and all that jazz. I mean, that obviously won't play a factor in this game, the lights at least. But State has had great crowds all season long. I'm expecting that to be the case again on Saturday. But with the NIL and the ability to go get players out there that you normally wouldn't be able to get, the fans have never been more important than they are right now in this day and age. So State fans can be the difference in this ball game. I know a lot of people are tired. A lot of people are broke at this point with what you're having to spend on college athletics. But, hey, you only live once, I guess. All right, guys, I want to thank Jess Brantley from Alpha Insurance for sponsoring the show. I want to thank Matheson Hardware and Building Supply. Give your business to these people. Jess, and then over at Matheson, Brad and Ted, these are good people for the community. They invest in the community, invest in them. Shop local, do business locally. Be involved with these people. They'll really help you out. Also, don't forget to go to the community bank on Thursday. Go check them out from 4 to 6:30 p.m. They'll have a nice reception there for that brand new building that they have going up over there off of Main Street on Russell Street. Go check them out on Thursday from 4 to 6:30 p.m. Should be a good time. Should be a great next few days. If you're a State fan, if you're around Starkville, go visit the local businesses. Go to the Cotton District. Eat it up. Be in the moment. You only get 12 weekends of college football. You only get just a few of those at home. We'll see you there. If you see me walking around, say hello. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for checking out Talkin Dawgs with Robbie Faulk. Hope you have a great week. We will catch you down the road.
You've been listening to Talkin Dawgs with Robbie Faulk.
Mississippi State with a victory here.
Listen each Wednesday at 9 a.m. on SuperTalk 100.9.
Don't you know I'm gonna make it with my friends? I promised myself I'd get by. Said I'm gonna try it with them too hard.
A SuperTalk Mississippi media production.